Hey guys, so I'm gonna go and talk to you guys about what's been going on my mind, and I want you guys to know that you are not alone in these types of thoughts, and that at the end I'm gonna give you guys an affirmation on how to help you guys go and move forward in life and to have a better way of thinking in your mind and to go and see situations in a much better light. So, first thing is that, it was just recently I've been watching this video. I didn't finish watching the video because I really wanted to make this video before I forget what I've been thinking. And I saw this video about if so this person made $1 billion. He went and helped businesses figure out, like the business owner, figure out what was holding them back to make more income, or to get a business off its foot, or to go get where they want to be. So this person went and talked about if they were broke, what would they do? And he talks about a lot about there's 4 quadrants, and you have to hit all 4 in order to go and to get where you want to be. And so I was like, is that what it is? And a lot of the quadrants I've heard of, and I went and looked into self-improvement for a very long time in my life, and I'll absorb everything and then apply it to my life, and then just go and figure out things on like why things weren't working, blah blah blah. And it's just like a lot. So first he mentioned that the first quadrant would be focusing on just like your spirituality, which when I started entrepreneurship, that is something that I did finally realize. A lot of it has to do with that. Before then, I didn't really believe in spirituality because I was really not taught that kind of stuff. And then the other is certainty, and then meaning more like everything is meant to be, like any situation that you are in, good or bad, it's meant to be for a certain reason. And then another was to go and focus on physical, so what is out there. And then the other one was prayer. And that I actually started that when I started entrepreneurship. Before then, I didn't believe in that because I thought it was kind of I don't know, it's just like it's like you're wishing on a star, and it's just, instead of you doing action, then you are just believing, and you're not doing action. So I've always believed in action towards whatever it is, but you also have to do prayer, belief in whatever it is that you're trying to do, and it's all gonna work out. So I was like, okay, that's interesting. And a lot of people go and say a lot of these different quadrants, and it can be really confusing, I guess, because there's a lot of layers with every single quadrant there is. And the first one, you really have to think about your fears, because it's like connected to why you're not doing your breakthrough to get wherever. And he mentioned the interviewer, oh my goodness, this interviewer is amazing at asking questions, because every question that he asks is question that I go and pop in my head. I'm one of those people, I question everything. I constantly have question after question after question, and there's been several people that I've met that don't like me because I have so many questions. But he asked this person, and he was like, what is your biggest fear? And it really like struck me, because nobody's ever said this, and it's one of mine too. And I was like, oh my gosh, like, because no one's ever mentioned that to me. And I was like, I thought it was just me here. So he mentioned that his biggest fear was that whatever he said out there and whatever he's preaching is that he was going to go out into the real world and he was going to go and do something to mess up by accident. And someone would go and paint him as this being that is not following through on what he is saying. And I was like, oh my gosh, like literally that's what I've been thinking for such a long time. So I mean, for him, he was not dating anyone because of that fear. And for me, I think that I was not posting as much and saying what exactly I wanted to say because of that. I was afraid that someone was gonna go and come across my video, either circle or not circle, and it was gonna go and they were gonna twist my words or twist anything that I do and say and paint it as something else and paint me as this awful being. And then it's gonna go everywhere, and it was gonna be a lot of stress when I go and leave the place. And I was like, because my original plan in life, and this was what I was taught, this belief that you had to get a 9 to 5. And I was told that if you didn't graduate from college, make all A's, and then get that 9 to 5 that paid a good amount, and then you're this certain thing. And so the certain field that they wanted me to be in, it was going to be looking into the social media that I produce. And I was thinking that, if they come across, they could twist something around or go and prevent me having that opportunity to have that certain job. And so I was limiting myself on what was coming out of my mouth, on what I really wanted to say and what I really wanted to produce. And so I was like, well, everything has to be G-rated, and the things that I say I need to watch. And the reason why that to go and make it is you need to be seen. And to be seen, you have to create social media. And then once that is made and you have a good following, then you go and sell certain products or services, or just like people will decide if they like you and will go and see that value that you produce. And so I was freaked out. I was like, what if I go on social media and they're gonna see what I produce and they're not gonna be happy with what I've said or done, And it prevents me for that opportunity for that 9 to 5 that was gonna give me a whole bunch. And I was a little bit freaked out, and I was like, huh. And then they're gonna go and tell everyone else on what it is that I, change things around, and then to go and tell everyone, and then that will prevent even more opportunities to roll in. And I was like, wow, like, that's kind of similar to what he was thinking, of that fear of, the thought that someone was going to twist things around and then paint him as this awful being, and then in a similar way, and it was going to prevent certain opportunities. And I was like, I thought that was just me that felt this way, and well, I had to just watch what the heck I do. And he's made it. He's a billionaire, and he's living the life, and he's worked on himself, and he's very happy. And I can tell, like, genuinely deep down to the core, he is, he's very, very, self-aware, and it feels good to know that, hearing that someone else has felt that, and has, that fear, of whatever you do, it can be painted as something different, and you have genuine intent behind your action, and it's painted something different. And you know what? You just have to go and believe that everything that you do, it's all meant to be genuine, and people will, no matter what you do, it's going to come across differently to everyone. And some people will paint it as something else, and will do awful things, and will do whatever, all their energy to go and make you to be this villain or so. And I have experienced this in my life, where people have painted me as different than what I am getting across. And for an example, so I went and, which I did the story actually, where I helped out this homeless person, like, big time. And they ended up stealing my money, and they went hid wrappers. Oh no, there's a wasp here. Oh shoot, there's a wasp. Okay, 1 second. Okay, anyway, oh shoot! Okay, anyway, I think it's gone. Okay, so what, where was I? So she went and hid candy wrappers. Oh, okay, it really wants me. 1 second. Whew. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Hopefully this is better. Okay. Yeah, this is my second time redoing this video, because there was a puppy that was running around and all that, so I'm just gonna keep this footage here. Anyway, so she went and hid candy wrappers underneath my furniture, and ants were crawling me all over, and I couldn't sleep. I wasn't sleeping. And then she went and wanted me to do everything for her, and it was just a lot of things. And I was getting really frustrated over the situation, and I felt really bad about what she was going through because she went through a horrible divorce, and then she was asking for help because she was literally, if she was not there, she'd be homeless. And so I went and let her in, and then she wanted to stay there forever because she was getting everything paid for. And so she was trying to get pregnant, so I would feel obligated to keep her in the place. And so I was not having it. And it was kind of making me guilty that there was a certain time frame, like she has to leave, no matter if she was pregnant or not. And she was painting, like, what she would do is she would feel that everyone screwed her over, kind of deal. And I knew that if I kicked her out, she would go and paint me as the villain for, kicking her out, even though she was stealing my money and taking advantage of me. And so, that's what I mean when, people try to paint you as something else, and you have genuine intent in wanting to help people, or to go and help them find their light. And some people will do whatever to paint you as whatever. And she would go and tell everyone. And then there was another one where this was in my circle, and it's with adults, and this person was older, and I was part of her group, and she would pretend to go and want to be around me and all that, but behind my back she would go and tell her friends and family about how stupid and boring I am. And all I am is going on social media wanting to help people find their light. And at the time, it really hurt me to go and learn that that's what this person was doing. And they're family. They're family. And it is a very hard lesson to learn that family do not have the right to be in your circle. Not everyone has the right to. Just because you are family and you are married in, let's say you have a partner, and then when you get married, then that family is now part of your family, and so things are conjoined. But when the other part is being painting you as something else, oh goodness, it's right here again, then it's very painful, and you start to question yourself. And so that's kind of what I mean by that. And I've dealt with this a lot. I've had people that would try to be my friend, and then behind my back would say horrible things about me, and I would have to learn it from someone else. And you're like, well, mainly coworkers, because coworkers would go and be jealous, because I usually am the favorite when it comes to working for a company, because I'm an extremely hard working person. And so they would do whatever to go and knock me down. And even your immediate family members, we're talking about siblings and your mom and dad, they'll go and make you feel that, guilt for, having to go and take care of you when it was their choice to have a child. And then if you don't do what, in their eyes, what you're supposed to do is to, go and, like, there's some family where they have this expectation that you're supposed to go and take care of them fully. We're talking about like everything, do everything for them, because it's for compensation of taking care of you. And then they want you to be kind of screwed over, like, it's, oh man, there's so many wasps here. Why? Oh goodness. And so they go and guilt you. And then if you don't do it, then they are telling everyone how horrible you are and paint you as this villain, and it's, and then you go to a family function and they're looking at you like you're the villain. And that's not how it should be. And something that I've learned is, if people are gonna paint you as something else, then obviously you can't do anything about what they do. And obviously let them, and then you go your separate way and you go and do what you want to do. And if they want to go and look at your content and make fun and guilt, well, they can't really guilt you if they're not seeing you, but just constantly make fun and paint you as this awful being to everyone else around them, then it's whatever. Like, that is what they want to do with their energy. And then you do whatever you want with your energy, kind of deal. And that's just what I've learned. And it's a very painful experience when you do all you can to help out your family, and in return what you get is that you're painted as this awful being and being told you are this, you are that. And something that really that I've really dealt with is that my own parent would go and look me into the eyes, like we're talking about like this close, and tell me how horrible I am. Would literally look me in the eye and would do this all the time when I was a child. And ever since, when I got older, I could never understand why I couldn't look people in the eye. And it was because it would remind me of my own parent looking me in the eye and telling me I am this, I am that, and how horrible of a being I am. And I would go and tell my my own parent about how I want to, I one time went and told them about this homeless community that I've always dreamt of, and how I always wanted, the way that I organize, where I use psychology and cleaning, and I think this really needed it in the homeless community, and how I think it would go and help people be on track to be more aligned with where they're supposed to be in life. And the response was that I'm selfish, I'm a horrible person, what the heck's wrong with you? And you know what? If your own family and other, beings out there are gonna go and, be like that, then just block. That's just kind of what I have learned. And yes, and acknowledge that it hurts you inside, and you have genuine intent and action behind what you do, and all you want to do is help people for however way that you can, then you just keep doing it, and know that it's all like those beings around you were meant to be in your life to go and teach you this lesson. And honestly, when I heard the person say this, it reminded me of those situations of where it was similar on a smaller scale of it. And I knew that when I went on social media, and once I've gotten more and more people attracted to me to, hear what I have to say or follow me through my journey, that it could be on a bigger scale of this, of being painted as something else. And I want you to know that you're not alone in this, guys. If you have this deep fear of someone painting you as something else, then you know what, just let it go. Let them be them, and you be you, and you just keep continuing your life and enjoying it, and enjoying that pure happiness inside. And remember that you have light inside of you, and you are here to go and help people, the other beings out there, to find their alignment and to live a more fulfilling life. At the end of life, if you ask people, I think that a lot of people would say that at the end of their life, they want a fulfilling life. Okay? And that could be so many things, but I personally believe that fulfilling life is feeling pure happiness inside. Not fake happiness. Pure happiness inside, internally. And you are at peace with yourself. So this could mean so many things to people. Fulfilling whatever mission that is that they think they are here for, or to just live their life. But I think at the end of someone's lifetime, that is what you want. And that's what I really want to help people with, because I see so many people not seeing that they can have a fulfilling life and feel pure happiness and get everything that they want. And life is just about experiencing. It isn't about just being there, or to go and do what you think is what you want, but it's not really what you want. And I lived a long life of that, and it was a horrible experience, but I'm very grateful for it that I experienced it. Because if someone went and told, you can tell all day to someone, oh, that isn't what you want, that's what they want. You could tell someone that all day, but it's it won't go through that to them. You have to go and experience it for yourself. And I think that a lot of people, a lot of their block to go and get where they want, to succeed, and to whatever vision that they have in their mind, or to help out others, or to help themselves, is that fear of being painted as something else, being misunderstood, or whatever you say is misconstrued. I think that a lot of people have this block, and they don't know it, and they're not getting where they want to be. I think that's what it is. And I just want you to know that you're not alone in this. I felt it too. And, you know, I always told myself I've always wanted to be a teacher. Like, that's how I've always wanted to be a teacher. And I thought that I was supposed to be a teacher in the classroom. And that's kind of what I was taught. Like, if you aren't that, then you're this or that. And then things happened in life, and I was like, okay, well, maybe I can be a teacher, but in a different way. But then I also had this thought process, like, well, I need a backup plan. If this doesn't work out, then I need to go and get a teacher job in the classroom. And I know that things are going to be looked at and are going to go and be judged. And I have really no fear of being judged in general. It was just that I felt that being judged because it was going to limit my opportunities. That's what I thought in my mind. But in general, I do not care about being judged. I think in person, I do a lot of things that probably most people would not do, but I don't really care. Like, I'll literally like whistle in the elevator. Like, there'll be a bunch of people in an elevator, and I'll start whistling, and everyone will look around like, who is that? Who is that? And I'm shorter than most people. I'm 4'9.5", so no one will suspect it's me. And it's so funny to see people's faces, like. But yeah, I mean, I normally do not care what anyone thinks of me, but it's just that I think that was what was blocking me, was that feeling that whatever I did, it was going to be misconstrued, and I was going to be painted as something else on a bigger scale, and it was going to prevent me from other opportunities. That's what deep down I felt. And it's good to know that someone else felt that way, especially someone that is, you know, a billionaire and is really helping out other business owners go and get where they want to be and to create whatever vision that is. And just know that, you know, when someone goes and paint, because you guys are gonna, I don't know if you guys experience, probably by now you have experienced this. I have looked into the metrics of who's looking at my content, and it varies from 18 to like 65, and it seems to be more so the older people are watching, but also middle ages, and then also it seems to be on the same bar when it comes to like people that are you know, in their 30s and 18-year-olds. It's about the same bar. And I'm pretty sure at this point you have dealt with people that have painted you or misconstrued on what the heck you have said or done, and you have genuine intent behind what you do. I have trust that, you know, you are looking at these videos, and there's a reason why you're looking at my videos, and you have genuine intent in what you do, and you want to go and help other beings, and to, you know, improve your life, and to, you know, be fulfilled and feel pure happiness inside. And if you are in that moment, then I'm so happy for you, because life is just, it goes on up from there, guys, once you have felt that. And nothing else matters. Nothing else matters. Even when your own family is doing things on painting you as such, or, you know, people that you trusted and you wanted the best for them and you're trying to help them find their light, and then they do things, and you have no other choice but to, leave them, and they're gonna go and tell everyone, every single person they meet, how much of a horrible being you are and how much of a villain you are to them. And they're gonna go and paint it differently. They're gonna be like changing the story as such, like you're taking advantage of them and you're the one that went, and they'll even like lie and say you're the one that stole money for them, or whatever they can think of to make sure that the beings that they meet think you're this awful being, this horrible villain, and what a piece of crap they are, and why the heck are they there, and hate you, like this deep, deep hatred. Because when I went and met this person that was homeless, she painted the ex as this villain, this horrible being, and I have no idea what the actual story is. I've only heard her version, and would go and make you feel deep down, like internally, how dare they, how horrible they are, and why the heck are they there, they should be dead, kind of feeling deep within you, because they'll paint a story of whatever. And I think that a lot of the time these people will put in, well, they'll be telling the half-truths. There is truth to the story, but they'll change it in a different way of a way to how you would go and perceive that being as this certain light that they want you to see. And that is something that I've dealt with a lot of my life. And I, to be honest, especially when it comes to like your immediate family, and you're supposed to trust them and love them and, care for them, and you as a child, you have to be with them. Like, you can't just run away. I think one time I tried to run away, but it doesn't work like that, because the police go to you and then put you back in the home. And it's really hard as a child to understand this concept of that's not what family should be doing. They shouldn't go and be two-faced, or that make you feel horrible feelings inside and make you hate yourself and want to, sometimes want to kill yourself. That's not how it should be. And I know that in some households it's really rough, and I get it. I totally get it, that you feel you can't get out, but once you reach a certain age, it's a free fall. You live your life, you do whatever, and then you have to deal with all of the trauma. But it's a long journey to go and deal with all that. But just once when you get to the other side, it's an amazing experience. It's fulfilling, and you feel peace with yourself, and you learn to love yourself, and to what they have said is so untrue. And when you look at their lives, it's not the best. And you ask yourself, is that even the life I wanted? And so just know that everything comes back around on, what if someone has painted you as a certain way and it's untrue, just know that it'll come back around to them. Just know that. And you don't do anything, you don't say anything, you just go and move on, because I know that feeling, guys. It's a horrible experience. Like, I went through this whole thing that even my own family would say that they wish I was dead. And it's horrible. Like, no child should ever hear this. And it was repeated to me all the time. And it would be to a point where I literally wish I was dead because of those words. And they, would go and take care of you, but then when you get older and you start living your life, they want to go and guilt you for now you have to take care of them, everything, emotionally, financially, physically, everything. And you know what? You let them be them. And you continue doing what you want to do, and just remind yourself that if people want to paint you in a certain way, they'll do it no matter what. Like, because they're so focused on it. Just let them do it. And then you keep doing you. And, you focus on yourself and loving yourself and seeing the light that you have within you and being your genuine self. Because at the end of the day, that's what we want to be, is be our genuine self and live the life that we've always envisioned, and just being at peace. This place is so peaceful. I think I've reached my inner peace with myself and the pure happiness inside. And yeah, I'm ready for the next thing. And I am just done with, that fear. And I am certain that everything that has happened in my life was meant to be. And I am aware of that deep fear, and I'm overcoming it. And I am ready to receive. So, go type in the comments, I'm ready to receive. I am ready. Like, you are ready to receive all the abundance in the world and receive all the love there is, and your inner peace and the pure happiness inside of you, and see that light inside of you and help other beings, and put yourself in better situations and other beings in better situations, and being yourself. You don't have to go and watch every little thing that comes out of your mouth or what you do. People will love you for who you are and want to go and come along your journey and go and, see your authenticity and your uniqueness, because everyone is unique and have all these different gifts and talents and, all this light in them. Everyone does. And some people already know it and they don't know how, or they have an inkling of it, because I think for all of my life I had an inkling about I am light, but I wasn't sure. And then there are people that don't even know that they have light within them, period. And that's when there's a lot of meanness in people and all these negativities, toxic activities and thoughts and ideas that they produce. And that's them, and you just let them do them, you know. But just know that it'll come back around, and you keep doing whatever you want to do. Just know that you have light within you.